I'm in my third year, it is pretty hectic. If I have to make a list of the regrets I have in the order of decreasing intensity, this will always top the list. Hey everyone, this is Rians. Welcome back to another video. Uh, so, since I put up my last video, it has been over 75 days and I was pretty much caught up in a lot of work. So I couldn't post several videos. And as you can see, the time is around 4:30 for now. I hope you can see it. 4:30 a.m. So I was studying all night. I am working on 2 research papers, just giving you a heads up of what's going on in life. I'm working on 2 research papers. Uh, I'm studying for a lab exam which is coming up on Monday. Apart from this, next week we have all our surprise assignments. So yeah, it's pretty hectic. I was studying up and I just need a little break from studying for now. So I'm making this video. This video is about the regrets I have in college. So I have made a list of top 3 regrets which I have, and I think that will be more than enough guidance for you to know how to live a college life properly. The first one is not socializing. If you have seen my video on, I guess it was called 6 tips to freshers or something like that. I don't remember. It was one of the very initial videos on this channel, probably the second video I put up. So that, if you haven't seen it, it'll be in the description below. So in that video, I talk about having a lot of friends in college. That is something I couldn't follow myself, and that is the biggest regret I have till date. If I have to make a list of the regrets I have in the order of decreasing intensity, this would always top the list. So I had always been very comfortable with having a close and small group of friends who I could completely trust all my life. Now, no one told me that this approach would not work in college, and even I didn't know until I faced the reality myself. So the difference between school and college is, when you're in school, everyone is studying the same thing. It doesn't make a difference how many people you talk to. You just need to make sure you're not left out alone, and you are resonating with the people you're talking to. But when you come to college, even sitting in the same class, the person sitting beside you might be working in a completely different field as compared to you. Probably I could be working on web dev, the person beside me is working on cybersec. You can never say someone beside him is working on robotics. So you will have exposure to a lot of domains, and the value of this is something you will never know in your first year. In your first year, you just don't want to be left out, so you just talk to random people. If it's any consolation, even people don't know what domain they're going to choose in their first year. That is not the point. The thing is, don't be comfortable with a very small group of friends. This you will only know when, number one, if you're left out alone at night, especially if you have a single room, it's not depression, the kind of loneliness hits very hard. And if you want to call someone just to talk, and no one is picking up your call, and you don't have a lot many numbers to dial, that is when you will know what I'm talking about. That is number one. Number two, if you're trying to build a team for a hackathon, you will need different people from different departments. For example, even if it's an AI hackathon, there has to be someone who will develop the AI model, someone who will develop the website so that you can post it. So you will need a team of 4 members, because 2 people are developing the website, 2 people are working on the model. And if it's an on-site event, usually it happens for more than 1 day, longer than 24 hours, spans out to 2-3 days. If you want an edge over the competitors, usually you sacrifice sleep at night and then work, especially if it's a CTF. So then there is someone who's sleeping. You will have to take shifts. Someone is working, someone is sleeping. Even when 2-3 people are working, you can't afford to go out for lunch. So some guy who's not working will go and get lunch for you. And by the time you're eating, that guy is going to take over your place. So you will need a pretty good team of 5-6 members for the hackathon. And you can't build such a team if you don't know people from different domains. And you will not know people from different domains if you don't socialize with people. So that till date is the biggest regret I have, not socializing. Now, number two is being too technically focused. This again complements my first regret. So the thing is, Manipal has a lot of clubs which you can join. So there is a club for practically everything. There's a club for agriculture. There's a club for astronomy. There's a club for photography. There's an open source club. There's a club for everything. So I was mainly focused on developing my technical skills that I completely forgot. Even though I have the skills, I will not have the kind of connections I need to implement these skills. It'll just be clear in a moment. So, for example, there's a club called ISTEP, which I should have joined, but I didn't. So, in that club, that is the club that bridges the gap between you and another country. So those are the people who will give you foreign internships, or people who are going to send you for what is it called, a semester abroad program. And also people from other countries come to our college or whatever college you're in. So if I was in ISTA, I would have had exposure to people from different countries across different domains. And the way this would help you, at least academically, is, for example, if you are into research, right, then it would be a dream to work under a professor from a well-reputed foreign university while still being in college. That is not something everyone can be proud of. So if you want to do something like that, usually the technique is you're going to cold mail, show your work, try to understand the work the professor is doing, and then try to convince him that you have the required skills and you can add value to his project. And cold mail 100 people, 2 people will reply. That's the scenario, to be very honest. But if you had friends, if you made connections through clubs like these, those people can directly go and refer you to those professors, because those professors are in the same college as these guys are. And your application will be so fast tracked that you will not have to go through all this struggle of cold mailing or and live in that uncertainty. So that is just academic. Apart from that, you will try to understand different cultures. You will know what is going on in those countries. Even if you have to go work there, you will know what kind of standards are being followed. And I think it's an experience you won't get again. Even if you go meet people while you're working, that will be very professional. I don't think you will be able to make friends, as far as I am concerned. So that is my second regret. Number three, and the last one, is not acquiring the required skills when I'm still in my first year. So the thing is, everyone told me to explore options. So I was exploring web dev, I was exploring app dev. So I explored 5-6 domains and I never really learned any of them. So in my first year, I thought web dev was something everyone was doing, web and app dev. So I didn't want to learn them because I thought I was following the herd. But then I completely forgot that if you have to do a project, it will only be on web dev. So even if you do a machine learning project, you'll have to host it somewhere. So you can't fill your resume without knowing some or the other kind of development. You can't do a project with DSA. So that is something I didn't know. And again, if I knew the skills properly and connected myself to people, I would have gotten a few internships in the required domains, in the technical domain, and that is something I missed. Apart from that, like I said before, if you're going to a hackathon, you will need people from different fields. So even if you have friends, they will not pick you because you did not have the kind of technical expertise which was required. So you have a lot of free time when you're in the first year. I know college is new, you come here, you explore, especially in a city like Manipal. The other colleges, they're far away from the city, but Manipal is right in the heart of the city. So you would want to go out, hang out with friends, explore the city and all. That is very natural. But then first year does give you so much free time. You will not have this kind of free time in your second and third years. So I think that is time I have underutilized. And I think if I had learned skills properly, then I would have had a really good chance at, hitting proper internships and having a lot of experience, at least by now. Even if it's not an internship, probably I would have, even if I learned machine learning, for example, in my first year, I would have been part of a student project, or at least I would have known what's going on. I would have done research quite before. I would have finished my ITRs. ITR is basically industrial training, which is a one credit subject in your 8th semester. You'll have to finish it if you want to get a degree. So what ITR is basically is you have to work for 1 month or something, 4 to 6 weeks in a company, and you'll have to submit a report detailing what you've done over there. So that has to be in a corporate. And so if I had finished my ITR by now, then I would have had the chance of going for a research internship next summer, which I'm really interested in. But because my ITR is not done yet, I will have to work the next summer in some company and finish it. So next summer is the only time I have. After that, my third year is done. I come into the fourth year, seventh semester is completely electives, eighth semester I'll have a 6 months internship. So there's no chance I can go for a research internship after this. So if I had learned the skills before and if I had my ITR done, I think I would have been able to go for a research internship by now. So you won't be able to see the big picture when you just start off in college, but at least I hope this gives you some incentive to think about the kind of decisions you're making. And I think this will be helpful enough for you to decide what you want to do. And I hope you just fast track all the decisions you're making and not delay them as much as I did. So yeah, that's all I have in this video. As usual, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more and see you in the next one. Have a good day.